All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the interwebs and the Book of Faces and all over the world? Midnight Run Creations back out here in the shop working on the two-tone truck. I don't know. Do we have a name for this? I don't really know. Anyway, we're on a two-tone truck doing all the wiring and stuff, getting the base stuff. As I said in previous videos, this is one of the major hurdles of the build, and that is getting the Crown Vic, make sure everything fires up and runs after thinning down the harness for everything we don't need, for in the cab. There you go. Sorry. The cab side of the truck. So this is after we've cut out everything that we haven't needed, did the first big major step of firing it up to make sure that it's still started up okay and stuff and ran after going through and thinning everything out that you didn't need. So this is the next one, which is shortening and eliminating things for under the dash here. As you can see, so tying in to, and then thinning it down and then taking it all and putting it onto the truck ignition. So most all this wiring you see is for the Crown Vic. Some of it is for the truck. The rest of the stuff you see hanging is for the truck. We'll get that tied in here after this gets fired up to make sure that it runs and stuff. So some of these hanging out of here are obviously the grounds. As I said before, you need like every freaking ground and stuff. So we have the gauge cluster wiring. Over there is the PCM. In this year of Crown Vic, the PCM comes through the firewall and the plugs are on the other side. Our Crown Vic under dash fuse panels there. The truck one is the little bus style fuses. I can't remember. Anyway, the bus style fuses that are right there, and then that's the other main harness that goes through to run power to everything on the engine base side of things. So, but yeah, otherwise some of the wire up in here is Crown Vic stuff. It stretches around, goes through down there. We'll make a panel for that to come across and get some of this stuff tied up, but that's all Crown Vic wiring that leads out and plugs in on this side with the battery and stuff with it. So we have the Crown Vic pedal. This is the power one that can be adjusted, so we'll leave that there with the terminal coming off in case the new owner wants to wire that in, so you can make the pedal go in and out. It's all the way in at the moment. Before we disabled everything or tore all apart the Crown Vic, then we made that go all the way in so that it's at its very inward motion, and it actually mounts up on the same spot that the truck gas pedal goes to. And obviously this is drive-by or cable driven, so this will pop up here and it'll put it right even with the height of the brake pedal. This was a manual transmission truck, so they have the bonus pedal for it, so we'll just leave that in case let's do manual or whatever and stuff with it. So yeah, as I said, Crown Vic stuff's all thinned down. Obviously this stuff's all put together. Those holes that those come through are cut out of the Crown Vic firewall and then welded into place on the truck firewall. This is the truck firewall. This is the truck dash, truck floor. The only modifications that were made are this section all along here so that the Crown Vic AC box on the engine bay side and the fan box can mount up, and then right here will be the cabin side air box, which has the vents coming off. So it's the only reason we modified that is so that that will attach that. Otherwise, this is all truck stuff. We just take the Crown Vic wiring because it's stupid to try to hack together the Crown Vic firewall and dash and floor and all stuff into all this one. All you got to do is pull this wire out, thin a few things out, plug it back in. You don't have to thin stuff out, really. I just do it because I don't want a conglomeration of mess in here, because like you have the lighting control module that's somewhere in this area here. You've got the steering control module that mounts onto the airbox for the heat and AC system. The ABS thing mounts down here. You know, plug. So I mean, you don't have to. If you really don't want to, you don't have to cut any of that stuff out with it. You can get that all shoved up back inside of here if you want to. There's no need for it because, as I said in previous videos, there's no need for any of the Crown Vic wiring for anything but to run the engine. Basically, we're making a standalone wiring harness for the Crown Vic, and we just have to tie in a few things into the ignition to make it fire up. You can use the gauge cluster, which is what we're going to do on this one, or you can plug it into the Dakota Digital like we've used on other other ones with the OBD2 port. Yes, the OBD2 port is right here, so we'll be able to pull codes and stuff like that, or put a tune to it, or whatever. It's all Crown Vic stuff. It's not that bad. If you don't want to go through and thin this stuff out, you can just, I mean, it's going to make a mess, but you can shove all that stuff back inside of here and have it all pushed in and over here. We've done that in the very first time of doing this because we didn't know and stuff, but now gone through, so it's not that bad, especially if you have this this book right here. Get the wiring book for your Crown Vic, so that makes life way easier, and you have to ask the same freaking questions on the Facebook pages and stuff that everyone asks over and over and over and over. Just get the book, and then you can follow everything. It shows the pin out. Get the this is a book for the painless wiring harness, which is one of the other trucks, but pretty much kind of the same thing. Gives you the layout for wiring, and gives you, like, this page I use because it has the different ignition switches for the different years and shows the mountings and what they are and stuff with it. So yeah, it's not really that bad. There's no reason to hack firewalls and floors and all that kind of stuff together. No reason to use the Crown Vic column. This in steering. This is the truck one mounted in. Of course, the other side has the knuckle assembly for mounting it. But anyway, so what we're doing now is, I said, is the test start of it. So cut this all down. So we got it hooked up to the truck ignition. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Yes, I know this looks blah up under there, but we'll get that stuff all fixed. That's just a temporary wire with it, but we'll get it, see if we can fire it over. You know what? This may not work with one hand. So I'm going to set you down here like so. And then, key fell out. Key must go in. Woohoo! Yay! Runs! Sounds like poo-poo because we don't have any of the stuff plugged in for the intake and all that kind of stuff, so we got major leaks and whatnot. Woo! All right, cool. First big hurdle.